Disclaimer: the following program features language not suitable for all audiences, and the expressed opinions found within this program are a reflection of those who feature on the PopCulture Effect podcast. Welcome to the PopCulture Effect. I'm Rockin Rob, and on this show, I bring my closest friends together to talk about all the news happening in our pop culture world around us.
Welcome everyone back to the PopCulture Effect. I'm Gemini, and here today I am joined by some of my greatest friends. Today we have...
What? How did
my brain died!
Who's Yeah, how do you manage to do this every time, Trin? What? When I'm locked away in the editor's dimension, I know two things. One, Subset and Gemini just are not good at starting episodes. No offense.
It's because my brain took a shit. Anyway, today I am joined by Menace.
Hello.
And for... And today, for a rare opportunity, we have let him out of the goddamn editor's dimension. Norbert the Robbie.
It's too bright out here. I'm tired. Send me back, please.
Everyone else is busy with life and work. We need
you need me.
Actually, it's more you. Actually,
it's more like you need more content for the video, so you joined it.
Well,
yeah, it's more you need yourself.
So it's kind of a give and take.
I mean, I could have been perfectly fine with staying asleep.
Yeah.
No, not allowed.
Well,
Exactly. See? Proof.
Yeah, dude.
It's more for me, it wasn't sleep. I just have to get ready for work then. But
yeah, good to be back. It's been a while. I've just been creeping in the background, so hello. I'm back.
It's not really like you're back. You're still in the videos or in the...
Oh yeah, I never leave.
You're actually like conversing with us versus talking to yourself like a schizo. Anyway.
Yeah. Now, this is quite the interesting opportunity. As a diehard Zombies fan, I can finally have a whole episode dedicated to the topic. Now, before we get into our regularly scheduled programming of our discussions on Black Ops 6, I want to take a little bit of time to talk about the recent Marvel Zombies teaser that Disney put out in their latest look forward. Now, this didn't show a lot, so this isn't going to be a long segment. This is going to be a little bit more on the shorter side, but I did want to mention it because it looks great. Yes, it is taking the art style from Marvel What If, but I really don't have any problem with that. I just hope that this series can be one that can go for a really long time, like maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 seasons, because I've always loved the Marvel Zombies comics. Whether it was the original, that one offshoot where Deadpool found himself in the Walking Dead universe, the Resurrection, or just any of the offshoots from the original Marvel Zombies mythos. Or, that one Headpool tie-in in the new Deadpool movie. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what Marvel Zombies has to offer. It looks like it's taking a different approach than anything else in that kind of storytelling. And they're kind of taking things in a very interesting direction. And I really hope they're able to expand it beyond just the normal, oh, here are zombies, we need to find the cure, we found the cure, zombies are dead. You know what I mean? I'd love to see a little bit more of an intricate look with how expansive the Marvel Universe is as a whole, with all of its magical entities and everything else that could kind of make this a little bit more of an interesting animated series. Now, there is no set release date, but I am still looking forward to when Marvel Zombies comes out, and I will make sure to come back to talk about it when it finally comes out on Disney+. Now, that's everything I wanted to talk about for the Marvel Zombies teaser. Looks great. You should go check it out, and the art style, like I said, yes, is a direct copy of What If, but at the same time, I genuinely just like the art style and how they're using it and how the character designs look, especially the zombified ones. But again, I'll be able to talk about this when I get my hands on it. But now I think it's time for me to send it back to me and my friends for this week's episode.
Now getting into the meat and potatoes of what we're going to be talking about, and honestly, I'm going to let you know now, Robert, I looked up, I've put over 2 days into zombies.
You're lucky, dude. I wish I've been able to put in that much time. I've been too busy with work, but... Okay.
I have not had work as of recently, so I've had the time to put in for talking about this game.
Okay, before we get into the actual gameplay, let's just get everything else out of the way that's happened surrounding everything else. Because I feel
what do you mean?
Like, with the whole premise coming back, and we're already getting a DLC map in December.
Let's get to that at the end, because that's recent. I wanna talk about this new crew first before anything.
Oh, fair
I
enough,
am loving. Okay, so I guess
you like
not
the
new
Australian
crew.
girl.
I like all of them. Well, I like Gray and Maya. So we have 3 returning characters from Cold War and 1 new character. We have Carver, who was the general guy. You never really played as these people in the last game, so it is cool to finally get to, be in their shoes. You had Carver, who's the general guy. Weaver, who was Samantha's handler. He's also from Black Ops 1? Question mark?
I think so.
You have Gray, who's the scientist, who we learned in
Cold War.
In Modern Warfare Zombies, is Samantha's wife? Question mark?
Daughter?
Kinda?
Daughter.
No. Park is the daughter.
Oh, I have no idea.
The doctor from Modern Warfare Zombies is the daughter of Gray and Samantha through some sort of dark ether type genetic swap.
Huh. And then the secret 5th member, Frank Woods, because I always play as Frank Woods.
Oh my god. No, you play as Zombie Woods. He's not even a part of the crew. He's just a good zombie.
I'm just a forever turned zombie.
And the 4th member you have is Maya, who shows up to break them out of one of the map's terminus, because the 2 maps at launch are happening simultaneously. She is brought in by Dr. Peck, who, if you remember, was one of the bad guys in Cold War. She was brought in to help break them out of prison, and also because her brother is in this prison.
And what do you know? It's a character that seemingly everybody's been able to enjoy, and everybody has been able to connect with.
She's, I don't want to call her the comedic relief, but she's got this sassy Aussie attitude that I can just not stop loving.
She's the tank Dempsey of Black Ops 1.
Kinda. I'd put her more on the level of maybe Richtofen with some of her quips, honestly.
Fair.
But you can't really compare these to the other ones. Obviously, a lot of people are gonna like the OG characters. I like that we're getting fresh faces. I like that we actually have a crew. You can pick your operator. You can pick any character that you have unlocked. Like Robbie said, you do get to, he plays as Woods, but you do get special interactions and voice lines if you do play as the zombie characters. It does seem that they added some voice lines for the other operators too. I've definitely heard Woods say some zombie related stuff while we're playing.
Oh yeah, they paid. Hold on. They paid James C. Burns extra money for those zombie lines in the recording booth. I had to look up his name.
Well, I'm guessing that we don't really play as the other characters, but I'm guessing the other characters have them.
We would definitely get more lore-based content if I picked an actual character involved in the story, but
yeah.
Frank Woods, baby.
My question is neither of us have the Vault Edition, so neither of us know this. I wonder if you get special lines from Brutus and
Klaus.
Klaus, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I've thought about just buying the Vault Edition, just saying screw it just for the skins, but I'm like, no, I can't do it. This game's free. I have to keep it that way.
Especially because this is Klaus that has returned from the Dark Ether.
Oh,
so
dude.
I feel like there's something there.
And I guarantee you, if I go to YouTube, there's already people that have already compiled every voice line.
More than likely. But also, I like how our video got posted as we're recording this.
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a comment about that too. This is the first time that's ever
great.
happened. We're caught in this time matrix now.
Yep. On to the actual maps and gameplay. We have 2 maps at launch. We have Liberty Falls and Terminus. Like I said before, these maps are happening simultaneously. You see kind of the start of the outbreak in the intro cinematic for Liberty Falls. This big sphere, for those of you that have played zombies, it kind of looks like Sophia. It's called Sam. Takes over and starts yoinking people into the Dark Ether and causes a Dark Ether outbreak where zombies start spewing out, taking everybody out. Richtofen, even in this universe, apparently knows how to construct the Wonderwaff DG2, I guess.
Don't get me started on that.
You see him kind of like battling through, fighting. This is the Liberty Falls one. See him battling through, fighting. He's going down into the lab to try to stop Sam, and
he gets yoinked.
He gets yoinked into the dark ether, supposedly. And she's like, right before he does, he's like, you'll never get away with this, Sam. And she goes, I already have. So supposedly the outbreak when Maya breaks the crew out of prison, and the outbreak that happens in the normal town of Liberty Falls happens both exactly at the same time, and everything just goes to shit everywhere. We learn more from the Terminus map that it is not just these places, it is specifically every Janus facility. Janus is like Richthofen's kind of, new group 935, essentially is what they are. Happen at every facility across the globe. So there is no place that is safe.
Just as a side note, I just really hope that the other maps that we get along this season isn't just all Janus. I hope we get facilities. At least one that's like one unique map that's kind of like I don't know.
I do hope that they're not all Janus facilities, but
story-wise, it would make sense if they were.
Yes, I can see because I don't want to get into that just yet. You know what I'm talking about, and I don't want to get into it right now. So you go through the Liberty Falls Easter egg, you meet one of the Janus professors, Dr. Panos, and without spoiling anything too much, obviously, zombie scientist, he's a baddie. So I believe he's going to be one of, if not our main antagonists through this set of maps.
You're kidding.
I think Panos...
A ghost from the Dark Ether is a bad guy?
Well, he wasn't a ghost from the Dark Ether. He's a Janus scientist who got pulled into the Dark Ether.
Right.
But it seems like he's talking to, if you guys remember Modern Warfare Zombies, it seems like he's talking to the Entity, or maybe Samantha in the Dark Ether, because we all know it. For those of you that remember Cold War, Samantha went into the Dark Ether. Supposedly, it's kind of got confirmed that she did sacrifice herself, but I don't think that she essentially died. I think that she kind of, what happens to everybody when they're in the Dark Ether, they evolve, air quotations.
And a character's not dead unless we see them die on screen.
That's facts. But I would like to put an emphasis on the thing I mentioned before. Sam and Samantha are two separate entities. I won't elaborate more on that. If you want, play the game.
Yeah, come on, guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has played this by now.
But
I hate that I just
going more from an outside perspective, I have been loving the story that they've been progressing so far. Especially with Panos, I do like that we're getting that was kind of my major thing in the older zombies. We always heard, Group 935 did this, Group 935 did that, when we only met 2 people from Group 935. This time we're actually getting to see and go against these scientists. In both maps, you help or hinder a Janus scientist. And I like that we're actually getting villains, we're actually getting motivations for what they do. Granted, Modi in the Terminus map is she's full-blown mad scientist. She wants to progress her research. She doesn't care about the morals or ethics of what it does to the people that she's experimenting on. I think that makes for a really good one-off villain, and that is what she is.
Yep.
But going from an outside perspective, not just story point, we will come back to the story at the end because there is stuff involving that and what's been leaked. I don't know. I think Liberty Falls is simple. I think it's a very good
solid.
Starting. It's solid. Was very skeptical during the beta, but they did have all the Easter egg, not beta, during COD Next, they did have all of the Easter egg stuff turned off, so it did look very plain. It didn't seem like there was going to be a lot to it, but between, Liberty Falls has 4 or 5 different side small Easter eggs that give you little cool, you can go bowling in the bowling alley that's there multiple times. You can find a bunch of different statues based on Samantha, as she's this comic book villain, Aetherella. And if you find all the statues and suck them up using the wonder weapons, which the wonder weapons are actually, we
didn't even talk about the fact that the jet gun came back in this map.
Well, I was gonna kind of come back to stuff like that, but the wonder weapons are actual useful. They're not just for killing zombies. You actually have to use them for Easter egg steps, which that's awesome.
It's been a long time since we've actually had to use the guns we create in these maps to do the thing we're here to do.
Like,
I sound crazy saying this type of stuff because you
would think that, you build the gun in the map, you should use it for the map. The fact that each map has a specific wonder weapon. Liberty Falls, like Robbie said, you get the jet gun back. It is a new
so much better
version of the jet gun. It doesn't break, it overheats. You have 2 firing modes where you can either suck up the zombies or make a burst around you that does massive damage and actually lights the zombies on fire. It's really good. And in Terminus, you get what's called the Beam Smasher, which uses Dr. Strauss, one of my favorite characters in the series. He came up with a way to harness aether crystals into an energy source, and it uses that technology to create a beam rifle along with some... I really want to look more into the lore on the Beam Smasher because I want to know how the satellite dish, its alternate fireworks. You essentially make this
probably like
satellite
a paralyzer.
Dish. Yeah, but it slows the zombies and also makes them more susceptible to the Beam Smasher's beam. So it's weird how that works. Like, it's an energy source, but it also has a direct effect on the zombies themselves because how you power up Terminus map is by using the same type of crystals. And as you're powering it up, zombies are attracted to it and will try to destroy it. So the aether crystals have a direct effect on the zombies, and I'm wondering if they're going to get more into that, but I'm not sure.
Like I know the majority of this is just talking about the story of zombies, but I just really want to take some time to actually compliment the gameplay because it feels really smooth and it actually feels like a challenge.
Because I was talking about the maps and then we got into the topic of wonder weapons.
And then it was
Yeah. So Liberty Falls is kind of like a small starter. It's a solid map. It's smaller. It's a get you back into zombies map in my opinion. It's a nice small because this zombies is harder. So it's a good map to get you into.
Past 25, it's you're gonna be clenching your butt cheeks a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They've upped the zombie spawns. There's more types of special and elite zombies, and after round 25 you start getting more spawns of the elite zombies.
And then there's Rampage Inducer that can make it even harder.
Yep.
It's like they did not hold back.
Since we're kind of on the topic, and we did talk about the Nuketown update, they did update stuff for zombies too. There were a few glitches that got patched. There was a few high round strats that got patched, which the glitches I can understand. The boat glitch, for those of you that know, you used to be able to...
Much fun.
It was, but I can understand why, because you could essentially go infinitely.
Well, another reason that was brought up is that when you're in public games, that would be the strat, and if you're anywhere except those places, you would never be revived. Because why would they leave their god spot to go revive a random?
So I can understand the glitches. There was an infinite gobblegum glitch. I can understand why they patched that. But
that one like is way more understandable. Like, I feel like the boat glitch could have been fun, but at the end of the day, like, the community is going to abuse what they're going to be able to abuse. So like,
But the high round strat was essentially once you hit higher levels, like I said, you would have more spawns of elite zombies. The main elite zombie that gets spawned in the Liberty Falls map is the Mangler. Manglers drop scrap, ammo, and have a chance of dropping kill streaks. So what people would do, they would use one of the new kill streaks, mutant injection, to become a Mangler themselves, smack all the Manglers, get more mutant injections, get more chopper gunners, and essentially just run kill streak after kill streak after kill streak. I can understand why, because I can kind of understand why, but I kind of don't like it because you still had to play the game to do it. You still had to survive. You had to fight the zombies. The way that they patched it, I think, is a good way to patch it. They made it so that Manglers and other special zombies do not drop kill streaks when killed by a kill streak.
Which makes sense. That's fine. You can't infinitely farm it, but still. Taking away fun. They need to give a reason.
Yeah. Kind of going to the other map now, though. Terminus. I love it. It's a big map.
Boy.
It's a big map. It's essentially, you have the big main island. It's got 3 levels to it. You have the top part where the prison is, the mid part where you have like the rail gun and some bridges leading out to towers and stuff. And you got the bottom part with the secret lab and the docks. But you also have these side islands that you can go to as well. You can go on the water, on a boat, buy a boat, go on the water, and then you have like 3 different islands that you can go to that are outside of your normal play space. I think that's cool. And it's all kind of thematic. You have this underlying enemy in the water, just like this giant mutated kraken looking creature that if you're in the water for too long, you'll see a tentacle come out of the water, you'll spew out gas, and the gas actually chases you until you get out of the water. So you're not able to like just sit in the water forever, let the zombies die.
When I first saw that, it was genuinely terrifying, and I haven't said that about zombies in a while.
Because it's not like normal like octopus tentacle. It's this mutated, it came from a human, so it's this mutated flesh tentacle that opens from 3 prongs, spews out gas at you. Like it's gross and scary, and that is what I wanted from zombies for a minute. The abominations in MWZ were kind of a good like a step, but they were still a downgrade from what we got in Cold War. But so you have this big map, you have a bunch of places you can travel to, and then you have the lab is honestly my favorite place in the entire map because it makes me feel like Doris almost. It's this cynical mad science lab. You have zombies in like these stasis pods that eventually will break out and come chase you. You see the water drain and smash through the glass to come at you. You got zombies up in cages, which is actually part of a side Easter egg. And I know I mentioned like Liberty Falls had like 5 or 6. This map has like 20 side Easter eggs in it. It's insane. You have an Easter egg. You can essentially, there's, how many perks are there, Robbie?
8.
There are 8 perks. You can get all 8 perks without buying a single one, I think. If you do
I think it was 6, but that's still a lot of perks.
Let's see, you got, with all the side Easter eggs, I think you could get probably all 8. Because there's like, I can think of 4 or 5 off the top of my head.
The other thing
that'll give you a free perk
about the maps is I like how diverse the enemies feel. Like, yeah, you're gonna get vermin and parasites regardless of what map you play, but those...
Well, no, you don't, actually.
What?
You only get vermin on Liberty Falls. They don't evolve because it's actually lore-wise that they were experimenting on the vermin in Terminus, and that's why they evolved into the parasites.
Huh. Well, all I was going to say was that both maps, yes, they provide gameplay that is different from a map layout perspective, but also in the enemies you fight. Because yes, there's armored, fat, and regular zombies, but there's also the manglers, the abominations, the big wiggles, as I like to call them.
Yeah. So in for a little bit more context, on Liberty Falls, you have vermin, which take the place of dogs in this game. Sorry, no more fluffies, sadly.
Which is so. I mean, they did just become literal like nothing torpedoes in Cold War, where they just exploded on you and did nothing.
Yeah. Which vermin are probably the grossest thing ever. They're meat spiders, essentially, and I've used this a lot. If you've ever seen the movie The Thing, they come out of the heads of zombies. They are the heads of zombies, and they come out of the neck of zombies, growing spider-like legs, using the spine like a tail, and the face is contorted upside down into a grotesque mouth of teeth. It is so bad that they made an arachnophobia filter to take the legs away from them.
And they look worse. They're just floating wigglers.
They look like floating worms when you take the legs away. But they are pure nightmare fuel. And if you play, so you have those, and then you have manglers, which we've had for a while. They're robotic zombies with cannon arms, well, with a cannon arm. And then, just like in MWZ, you have the mini abominations the three-headed doggo-looking guys.
Which originated from Cold War.
Well, you had the big boy in Cold War.
Yeah, I guess these are littler ones. And then, dude, the Abomination is just disgusting.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's just a whole bunch of like, that boss fight from the final Reich from World War II Zombies. It's like that, but smaller and more gross because it's like, you just see limbs and body parts just sprouting out of it.
I think the amalgams in Terminus, which are the new special zombie of Terminus, or elite zombie, sorry, the new elite zombie of Terminus, are grosser than Abominations. They are literally several bodies mashed together.
I think I was thinking of Amalgam, but I said Abomination. But continue.
Yeah, the Amalgams are literally what their namesake are. They are amalgamations of multiple bodies. You can see arms coming out of the top of the thing. You can see
multiple faces.
Yeah, like the crit spot for this thing is literally the multiple zombie faces all over its body. Its chest opens up to grab you with an extending arm, pulling you in.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he just used his arm to do that.
No, his chest opens up because he opens up to eat too.
Ew.
It eats other zombies to regain health. It is disgustingly cool, is the best way I can put it.
Literally, though. It's...
and all you hear when it spawns in is this guttural roar.
It's almost like zombies actually feels scary.
I would say Terminus is scary. I will say the factor of Liberty Falls being daytime does take away from some of the scary, but I like Liberty Falls being a normal town overrun by zombies. I think that is a very good starting point, or one of two starting points for the story, that this is just a town that because Richtofen lives there, the town suffered due to him. I think that it is a very good story beat, that because we did actually see a snippet of Liberty Falls at the end of Modern Warfare Zombies in the final cutscene, and they did rebuild.
Yeah.
But seeing what happened and seeing how, like, that Treyarch can do, hey, this was a normal town yesterday, and now it's like this because of what we've done to the place. I don't know. I think that it's a good change of pace. I'm not saying that every map should be like that. Please also do the scary Terminus shit. Very cool. But I don't know. Am I missing anything? Oh yeah, they've added new systems like augments are your new perma perks. There's over 180 of them, so I'm not going to go into every single one.
But essentially, you can it's like Cold War, but instead of you having every permanent upgrade, you have, you have one major and one minor upgrade, and there's like 6 per each perk, field upgrade, and AAT.
Alternate ammo type for those that don't know the acronyms.
Oh yeah, my bad.
No, you're good.
But yeah, those are really cool. But like all I will say, I think the most useful one is going to be Quick Revive, because you res yourself.
There's multiple ways to either res yourself or res other people with the perks. Because when you go down, you have 3 perks on your what's called your bleed out bar, your little circle that you have until you actually fully die when you go down. There's multiple augments that will either help you or help revive your teammates with the perks on there, so you don't get to lose everything. My favorite thing, or the coolest thing I think, is that they are integrating perks that they've taken out of the game into the augment system, so you're kind of able to stack 2 perks on top of each other. Like, I always forget which one it is.
Electric Cherry with Elemental Pop.
Yeah, so yeah, is that the one?
Yeah, but that happened back in Cold War. Like, its original amalgamation into it.
Oh yeah, I guess. But like you're essentially able. They can even come back with more perk, or like what was the perk in Black Ops 4 where like if you went down, if you were supposed to go down, you just stay at 1 health.
Yeah,
Dying Wish. They've added that to Quick Revive.
Yeah.
Like they could bring back other perks. Like we could get Who's Who as an augment.
No, we don't need Who's Who.
Like we can get an augment for quick revive later in the game where when you go down, you go into afterlife mode or something like that. Like, you know, like
I do hope they add to the branches.
they
I
could
hope
bring
give
back
more...
or add new perks and put them in the augment system. They could add more perks if they really want. I don't think that they're going to, but
They have to.
I think that
the Wonder Fizz
the augment system
like...
has a lot of potential. They've also kept the loadout system. You can bring in your starting weapon. Like I kind of mentioned before, there are like you always keep a melee on you. And then you can actually save specific weapons as zombie loadouts. So if you pull it from the box, you pull the specific weapon from the box, or buy it off the wall, it will have those attachments on it, which I think is honestly the best addition so far.
Oh yeah, it's the best way they've handled gun kits, you know. But one thing, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, going back to the talk about perks, I'm just wondering if they're gonna add a new perk with the new map that's coming out in December. I know I'm jumping ahead, but I can't stop thinking about Avalon, dude.
Wait, Avalon is the name of the map?
Yeah. That's where Rick Toppin
Oh my gosh, I know where we're going.
Oh,
Avalon is a group of mercenaries and assassins and a location in the campaign for Black Ops 6.
well, it was bound to happen.
It makes sense because Avalon is known to be like a cesspool of shady people and shady shit. So it makes sense. But
we're
yeah,
getting it
actually
in December. Apparently.
going into that, actually, that is a good segue. Is kind of without spoiling what happens during the Easter eggs, the Chaos story from Black Ops 4 is confirmed to be canon to this storyline.
Which happened back in Vanguard, but like I feel like we all like disassociated with Vanguard and treated it like it didn't exist. Kinda
Well,
like
we
FNAF
never.
World.
Yeah, but FNAF World actually had lore implications.
Yeah.
At the end of Vanguard, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, and the Dark Ether became what the Dark Ether is today.
I will always hate Vanguard zombies.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, so essentially the artifact that we were all lugging around during the entirety of the
Sentinel
chaos thing,
artifact
yep,
is back.
we're back on a goose chase for that.
No. See, Rick Toffin's on the goose chase. We just gotta hunt him down. So yes, we are on the goose chase.
It's I like that they're connecting things, but there was so much different stuff in the Chaos story compared to what is in Dark Ether, because like Chaos was actual myth and legend. It's werewolves, vampires,
Yeah,
which is actual magic.
it was mythical lore, and it wasn't based in science.
Yeah, this isn't. So yeah, like you just said, to where Dark Ether is based in science and alternate dimensions.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how, because I'm assuming they'll try to kickstart this crossover in the new map that's coming out.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what they're gonna do, how they're gonna do it, but like, I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited.
I really hope that they don't try to explain everything away of like, yeah, werewolves and vampires and all that are just old Dark Ether tales, old monsters from the Dark Ether. I really hope that's not what they do.
But they could definitely do that though.
Yeah.
They could definitely just say, "Oh, Prima Materia is another alternate variation of Element 115. It's all the same."
I'm really waiting for
magic.
Yeah, I'm really waiting for us to get hands on the Prima Materia and Strauss just go like, "I made these crystals years ago."
God. But you know, maybe Element 115. Maybe all that stuff was just magic. Maybe we just use science to understand it.
Saw that it wasn't. We saw that it was the Apothecans shooting it from their dimension.
But that could.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that could, like, the meteor. I'm just saying they look like flying floating wizards. Flying floating wizards. They look like wizards. Okay. You look at a keeper and you tell me that doesn't look like a wizard about to cast a spell or drum up some curse.
But the keepers don't exist anymore. Remember, it was the Dark Ether creatures, the big floaty worm guys. It was those that were shooting the Element 115 things through dimensional portals.
I still think I don't believe they thought of that when those cutscenes aired, but I feel like that's going to be their out, is that it's all the same. It's all one.
I hope that even if that is the case, I hope that Black Ops 6 continues to surprise me, and it isn't just a fucking Deus Ex Machina.
I hope we get new Gobblegums too. I know that's like not something
I also hope that
but...
the Sentinel artifact and Primo Materia isn't just some MacGuffin that fixes everything.
Oh, it's definitely going to be an alternate version of Element 115, dude. It's just going to be another version of Aetherium. It's going to be another way they call it.
I can see that only because, like, you know, it was so long ago. People been calling stuff that's magic. It turns out to be science. Like, that has also kind of been a running theme in zombies since the beginning. That, you know, people thought Element 115 was magic, and then Richtofen's like, no, it's science. Look what we've done with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope they explain it in a way that is satisfying. That's all I hope for.
I hope for that as well, but, you know, can it really be satisfying if they're just trying to make people interested in buying the next Call of Duty, and then the next Call of Duty, and then...
Well, this one, it seems like they've actually put consideration and love into this.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, we can't really have an end game with this game because of the whole premise returning next year. I feel like the ending of this is still going to be a stopgap to the real final goal.
I definitely think that this isn't going to be the end of the story. This may be the end of Richtofen's story. Like, at the end, I can see almost clear as day in the final map for Black Ops 6, we go to kill Richtofen, and then Primus shows up through a portal and kills Richtofen.
Oh, just like injuries from Black Ops 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, you're not wrong there. You are not wrong.
Which is a perfect segue into our little leaks. That, yes, like Robbie said, Primus has been leaked to be returning in 2025.
And Takio is most likely going to have to be recast, unfortunately.
Yeah, due to health issues, the original voice actor for Takio had to step down from voice acting. We'll probably get a new Takio voice actor.
He was honestly my favorite, if I'm going to be really honest.
Did he do young Takio?
Pretty sure he did young and old. I'm pretty sure both, like, all the voice actors did both the versions of them. Pretty sure.
Like, all the versions of them? Like, even the one that was became the plant monster?
Yeah, I'd have to think so.
I hope they get someone that can do it correctly, but if they are going this way, but in my personal opinion, let them rest. They've done their time. They had their final moment.
You can't let them die when there's money to be printed and operator skins to be sold. The whole point
of 4 was to let them, to finally close their loop.
Yep, and then it's gonna get opened right back up again because money. I like money. That's what Call of Duty is saying right now. I hate it too, man.
I don't know why though. This crew is actually really good. I haven't heard anybody complaining about this new crew.
Because it's Weaver. Who cares about Weaver? No offense, but like,
I mean,
half of them are just Modern Warfare characters.
None of them are Modern Warfare characters.
Isn't Weaver a Modern Warfare character?
I thought he was from Black Ops.
Maybe I am mistaken. I'm just saying that, like, aside from Maya, it's very difficult to.
Yeah, he was in Black Ops 2.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's very hard for the casual fan base to relate to characters. Maya's a great start, but I just feel like none of the other characters have gotten that level of...
Gray, who has been one of the only people to connect with Samantha.
No, that's
Weaver,
true. Like, Gray is
who literally was like Samantha's father figure through the entirety of Cold War. The only one that I can see people not having...
Giving Weaver the credit of the story he was actually involved in.
The only person that I can see people not really connecting with is Carver, because he was just stoic general, dude.
But you know what they love? You know what zombies communities love? Tech Dempsey, baby, and Nikolai Belinsky, just, you know...
But they're dead!
I know they are, and they need to be... The whole, like, Talk to Toten's ending is going to be made moot. Seeing all 8 of those characters dead is going to be made moot.
You know what I can see them doing? Remember, when that happened, all universes, even the forest, got sucked into the Dark Ether, so they probably got affected with Dark Ether and got reanimated.
You're so right. And then we'll probably see Victus again, and every team will be there, and then we'll see Chaos and Victus and Ultimus and Primus, and then
I hope they show up and they're bad guys and we have to take them down. In all honesty, if they're going to show up, I hope they're bad guys and we have to take them down.
Like the Richtofen from Cold War has manipulated both Richthofens to control all the other 6 members, so it's like 3 Richtofens with the help of the other 6.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Like it's just they're bad guys now, or like the Dark Ether has corrupted them, and now they're just baddies.
I mean, only time will tell. We got 2 months before we'll probably.
And all we've heard is that Primus is coming back. We've never been told that they're playable characters. We've never been told that they're even like the main character.
That is true. They're just returning. They could just be cameos, you know.
They could just be in cutscenes.
They could show up, do a Fortnite dance, and just leave, you know?
I could also see it being that, like, it could be Primus when they were on their time-traveling adventure. Like, they show up and we gotta help them in a map. Like, you know how, what was it? Call of the Dead, where we had to help Ultimus get out of that safe, or whatever they were locked in.
I mean, yeah, that is one option. I like your first idea, though, of having them being an antagonistic force.
I think people would be very upset, but...
Well, yeah, let them be upset. It's better than having them be revived and just disavowing Black Ops 4's ending.
Yeah.
I'd rather they continue it for story reasons rather than just retconning it, essentially.
Or who knows? It just said that they're returning. They could come back as skin packs for all we know.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's gonna be a Primus Ultimate pack worth like $50, and it's gonna have all 4 of them in their garbs from the Great War.
Or it's gonna be like Modern Warfare, where you have to buy all 4 packs, and you get
the Great War map. They put it in
No. You buy all 4 of them, and you get Takio's sword as a melee weapon.
Oh my god. That would be really cool, though. The Pathosaurus is a really cool weapon.
I could see them doing something like the King Kong packs in Modern Warfare.
I mean, I guess only time will tell. I mean, I'm assuming we'll get word of the next Call of Duty in the next 6 months. I hate saying that.
When they say 2020, I don't think they're going to be in the next Call of Duty, because they didn't say... The leak wasn't that it was in the next Call of Duty. It was just that they were going to be in 2025. This Call of Duty is going to be going into 2025.
That's a fair point. This could be extra content for Black Ops 6 rather than whatever.
I think they're going to probably show up in a map for zombies for Black Ops 6.
Possibly.
But yeah, we've been talking about COD for a bit, but I've been pleasantly surprised at this entire thing. I have probably, between all 3 modes, I have about 3 days put into the game. It's on Game Pass, so, you know, if you got Game Pass, if you got PC Game Pass, try it out. It's free. Well, if you're on PlayStation, well, that's why I said if you have Game Pass or PC Game Pass, it's free. Yeah. But if you're on PlayStation, you can ask Robbie. I was a big stickler for this thing all the way up until release. I recommend it. It is a refresher for Call of Duty. If you are used to the old, or if you're used to the slow multiplayer of like Modern Warfare 2 kind of deal, you may have a little bit of trouble getting into it. But once you get the movement down, once you get the speed, like the fast pace of the multiplayer down, it's very fun. It's
a solid Call of Duty overall, and I actually feel rewarded for sticking it out through the shit that we had through Vanguard and Modern Warfare 3, and it feels like a turning point for COD, that they actually know how, like, what they have to do to make a game that'll have people love it for more than just the week that an operator bundle comes out, you know?
And the fact that it's been about, week and a half since the game came out, and there hasn't been anything added to the store besides the endowment pack, which supports veterans, so if you want to support veterans, please go get that.
Yeah, true. I was just gonna say, you're gonna jinx that right when the episode actually comes out. They're gonna have like a bundle pack drop.
Oh yeah.
But yes, go support.
As soon as the season drops, I'm guessing the store's gonna fully open up. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's everything I have to talk about for Black Ops 6 too. Like I love it. It's been fun. Zombies is amazing. Multiplayer is great. I love all the cross progression that's been in Call of Duty for a while now, but still always appreciated. And I want more perks. I want more maps. I want more guns. Also, I know this is high in the pie sky thinking, but I want there to be a super Easter egg that at the end of the map, you can, like at the end of the Easter eggs, if you get all of them done, you can equip wonder weapons as your loadout weapon. But it is a gray rarity, so you have to build it up to back to legendary.
See, I don't. But here's the thing about that: wonder weapons are technically considered legendary. They're in their own mythic class of weaponry.
Well, then unlock the mythic class for all the other weapons. Then I don't know. I just like super Easter eggs, and I like there to be a big goal to get along the way of the little goals.
I'm not sure if there's gonna be a super Easter egg thing for this. I feel like they tried it once, it worked. They tried it a second time, it didn't really work, and they're like, okay, we're done.
And they didn't even try it in Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't really leave this episode without coming back for one more zombies-related topic, but this one's kind of a combo of two, as two separate games have both received new updates for their own individual zombies mode. Now, to get it out of the way, Sker Ritual's 2024 roadmap has since wrapped up with their final map of Tides of Terror. This was a really cool map, and honestly, it's one of my favorites. If I had to rank all the maps, I think I'd go the first map, then the fourth map, then the second map, and then the third map. That's kind of my order of things, but I kind of appreciated all of them and what they all brought to the table. Now, it is unknown if Sker Ritual will return for a second roadmap, but I hope so because we all need a Call of Duty competitor, like Coca-Cola to Pepsi, Palworld to Nintendo, the list goes on. But the real meat and potatoes of what I wanted to talk about, from one game ending its content streak to another getting more content, World War Z Aftermath is getting another update with a whole new set of maps. For those that are unaware, World War Z is kind of a Left 4 Dead spiritual successor, somewhat like Back 4 Blood, but Back 4 Blood was more in that line of being a direct successor. Now with World War Z, they're going to be going to Las Vegas, which I think is really cool. They've added a few new different elemental elements like sandstorms, and how can I forget, they introduced a flamethrower, which really brings me back to World at War Zombies. And I just think it's really cool. I think it's cool that World War Z is getting another map. If you like killing hordes, and I mean literal hordes of zombies, check out the new World War Z update. But that's a more shorter talking point about the smaller scale zombies based video games that had updates over the past couple weeks. Granted, in Sker Ritual's case, it was back in October, so a little bit late on that, but there was no real other time I was going to be able to talk about the game, so might as well. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to talk about for the seemingly final map for Sker Ritual and the continuation of World War Z. But I think that's everything I have for this week's Zombies episode, and now it's time for me to send it back to me and my friends to end this week's episode.
But yeah, that's it from me. Did you want to take us out, Bobbert, since you didn't really get to talk much?
Oh, hey man, this was your topic. I just wanted to add my thoughts on the game, and I know I am a chatterbox, so I sometimes go a little bit overboard with my interpretation of it, but I've gotten everything I wanted out. But that's everything we all have for this week. I want to thank all my lovely friends for visiting. For visiting me in the editor's dimension, or dragging me out, whichever interpretation you want to.
Oh, we dragged you out here.
Thank you so much, Trin.
A pleasure as always.
And thank you, Menace.
Oh yeah.
And that I'm tired. No, that has been everything for this week, and probably a couple extra weeks. But we will all see you in the next one. Farewell.
Bye.